And Travis Pastrana, the action sports and rally car superstar, he has felt the range of emotions when it comes to Speed Week. Mike, of course, he qualified his way in on Wednesday night, but last night in his duel, got caught up in that wreck with Kyle Busch, had a lot of damage, but they were able to fix this primary car, right rear suspension, diffuser, splitter. They had all kinds of issues, the nose as well, but they feel like they've got it all worked out. Now he's just finding his way in the draft. This is the first time he has ever raced a Cup car, so a lot to learn at a quick time frame here as you watch him.
Well, he has such a quick study. He went up to Volusia Raceway Park, just outside Ormond Beach, early in the week, jumped himself in a dirt track modified. Second night out, wins the feature.
Yeah, and why was this the race that pulled you back, that you wanted to be a part of this weekend?
I had a call with Denny, and him and Michael are the two most competitive people in the entire world, and they said, look, it wasn't just like, hey, yeah, bring your money. It was like, hey, come be a part of this program and help us get a Toyota, help us get a 2311 car to the checkered flag first, and maybe if we're a little lucky, it'll be us. Dude, it was a lot of fun. It was super intense first couple laps. You don't realize what you can't see. On television, it always seems like you can see everything, but you're following the car in front of you, and you're kind of trying to pay attention to what's around you for where the corners are coming, and you follow those big Sunoco signs and just kind of turn left when you see them. So, no, it was a great time. I just a little bit of damage, but unfortunately, hopefully we won't be in the care center anymore this week. And even on the truck, we had a flat going around, so I already had some drifts. Hopefully bad luck's out of the way, and we have some fun the rest of the week.
I love it. I don't think I've ever seen a Sunoco sign on a racetrack. Have you, Tony?
I'm like, there's a Sunoco sign around here?
I love it.
Be unbelievable. This is the guy you were talking about, Mike.
Yeah, I like this choice with Taylor jumping in the 9 car. It's a good opportunity for a young kid who's got so much road racing experience.
Make some room at the top of the board, folks. Jordan Taylor second to Austin Cindric by just 6/100ths.
How about that? That is awesome. It's one of your ringers. What'd you say, Gunther, in the top of the show? You said these ringers aren't going to beat it, man. That one might surprise you. I think he's not only going to be a factor, he could be the favorite for tomorrow's race.
We got throwback paint schemes. We got a throwback driver.
You see that 51, you think it's somebody else. Not this weekend. Ryan Newman is back, ladies and gentlemen. The Rocket Man, the return of the Rocket Man.
51 is how many poles he has in the Cup Series.
Everybody was running like in the 19-second or 20-second, whatever bracket we were running in. And he knocked about 2.5 tenths off that and moved to a totally different bracket and was the only guy. And I think everybody on pit road just looked and said, how? How
what do they
do
got?
Yeah, what? How did? But it's him. It was him at that time. It was Ryan Newman.
Wayne, last night, Conor Daly, you said it was a 1 in a million shot that you would make the Daytona 500. You're in. I saw you sit there, look out. What were you thinking at that moment when you got out of the car just now?
Well, we were inherently unlucky for the last 36 hours, but we got lucky. I mean, I wish I could have said that I drove it in on pure pace, but it was crazy. When we went out there, the car was bouncing around. I had no idea what was going on. I thought the drivetrain was broken, and Tony just made it better every time. We got lucky with the yellows to try to get some experience, but like, it is pretty crazy. I mean, this race, I've watched it for so many years, and so much crazy stuff can happen, and thankfully we were on the right side of the craziness. It's pretty amazing.
Congratulations, Conor.
Thank you.
All right, fastest in practice. Jimmie Johnson with Jamie Little.
Mike, it's like a throwback. Jimmie Johnson on top of the board at the end of the day. The number's just a little bit different. And Jimmie, I know it's just practice, but what could you take away from that car during that practice and those laps?
A lot. I mean, it's my first weekend in this car, Todd's first weekend working on a next-gen car. First time we've all worked together. So we're going through quality reps right now. I must add that I have a new spot or two that I'm trying to learn. So there are a lot of aspects to this that are new, but very proud of everybody at Legacy Motor Club and all the efforts they put into this. 42 car, 43 car, ECR engines. Carvana coming with me from IndyCar over here. We've been saying no finish lines for a long time, and we mean that. And today is reasons for that. I mean, it's just so fun to get out there and mix it up. And it was in a great draft with Chase and understanding kind of the bump drafting aspect of where this car is, and got some quality reps there too.
Mike Rockenfeller with an issue here as we see him behind the wheel of the 42, smoking up that right rear.
Rockenfeller was one of the drivers that ran the Garage 56 entry at Le Mans. We
talked to him yesterday about it, and I asked him, man, how much is that going to help? You know, and he goes, well, it is a NASCAR stock car, but with some of the things required to go run over there for that duration, you know, paddle shifters, and it had some aerodynamic improvements and some other things. So he said, while the time definitely helps, once you get to this level of competition, Jeff, it wasn't a big advantage, right? He didn't think it would help when he comes back to drive a next-gen car specific to the Cup rules.
The baby out. Oh, so precious. What's your name?
Lenny. This is our daughter, Lenny.
You're a pleasant person. I like seeing your smile and seeing how much fun you're having doing the NASCAR thing.
Thank you, man. No, it's been pretty special the last few days. So, yeah, looking forward to my first NASCAR race. And this is going to be manic, but no, exciting times ahead. It's great to have the family here as well. That means a lot.
Jenson Button has moved all the way up to second.
Off the end of the front straightaway, he'll cut left into turn number 1. Yesterday, he was comparing Formula 1 tracks and put them at about an 8. Like Singapore, he puts this track at a 9 on the level of difficulty, but looks like he's handling things with the greatest of ease so far.
Hey, Kostecki at a 28.76. That's an impressive lap. I mean, it really is.
2 laps of practice?
Yes, yes. I mean, that is a really strong lap.
My goodness.
So Brody shows why right now he's leading in the supercars down in Australia.
Some of that international flair, that 67, that's a 23.11 entry with Kamui Kobayashi behind the wheel.
And Steve, when we talked to him, genuinely excited about this opportunity to race in NASCAR. He said that as a little kid, he would watch and dream about the possibility of being a race car driver, and saw what NASCAR was all about, and said, you know, just to have an opportunity to come out here is amazing. And then on top of that, to be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and be able to do it.
Formula One champ who scored his last F1 victory here for Ferrari at Circuit of the Americas. 25th now. He had been up in the top 20 despite having very few laps in one of these Cup cars.
No, it feels good. I mean, it's different, but that's what we expect, so we'll try to do the best that we can.
McCulloch Racing making it interesting here with this third car for dirt track late model ace Jonathan Davenport.
I struggled coming up through the gears there. I don't know if I wasn't lifting properly or what, but on that start, I didn't do very good.
Here's that contact.
I think Jonathan just kind of squared the exit up a little bit, and Kyle was coming up off the bottom, just met in the middle.
He definitely took his line away.
Here, Shane, I heard you say that the car seemed perfect. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, pretty good, but it's hot out there. I regret not wearing the cool shirt, but it's just a lot to take in, like the intensity of practice. Straight away, Austin Dillon was bombing me and all over, so nobody really played in, but felt good. The car was good. The guys have done a great job here, and my preparation's been good. They've made me feel comfortable, so hopefully we can replicate it in qualifying.
Did you see this from a distance when Kimi drove the car and think to yourself, that could be me? Or would someone reach out to you and say, you know, a supercar guy might be good on this track?
You'd always dream of it. Like, we do a lot of street courses, but nothing like this with the cracks in the road and the violence of the braking markers. Like, it's really difficult, but same for everyone. The cars are running low and stiff, so you just got to find that fine line, and the track will just keep getting better too.
Here he comes into turn number 1. Haley, so far so good, slips just a tad off the corner, but here he comes, battle for the lead. Shane van Gisbergen to the inside and to the lead off turn 2 with less than 5 to go here in Chicago.
But Haley is right there. He's coming back to the inside through turn 3. He's going to retake the lead. The 91 back to the inside into turn 4. The crossover move. He is now clearing to the lead. Gisbergen off in turn 5, down the long straightaway.
Shane van Gisbergen has been perfect. He has navigated the streets of Chicago to perfection. The final time onto the front stretch. He comes to the checkered flag. He's won the very first street race in NASCAR.
That's so cool. Thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.